Hi, good morning, you guys. Oh, hi, you guys. I don't know what time of day it is, but welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to show you how I go about making my webtoon. So right now, we're doing a speed draw, and I am using Clip Studio Paint for the webtoon comics that I make. So when you first create a webtoon, you go ahead and you do your file name, and for the file size, recommendations for line webtoon, I mentioned it before in a previous video, but I'll go ahead and mention it here. It is 800 height width by 1200 height, 1280 height, but as you saw, if you zoomed in, I triple my file sizes, triple or double it, because I like to work in like a larger file size to be able to zoom in closer to the file without having to have like the blurry images and no other blurry line style. So that's why I usually triple the file size to kind of avoid that blurriness. And then when I export it, I just put it back at the regular 800 by 1280. So just triple the file size or double the file size, whatever one fits best for you. So the next thing that I do is I start formatting the pages. Well, I just format one page and then I just duplicate it because I don't want to keep having to go through and keep hitting my action button to set all the layers and whatnot. So with the layers, let me mention that with the layers, I do use a guide that helps me to know where to put the rule of thirds type guide that helps me know where to put my characters and where to put my speech bubbles. I believe I talked about this a little bit on my website at s-morishitastudio.com. There should be a blog post about that. If not, I can go talk about that. But I use that to help me be able to, with the composition of the page. Now right here, I am in the story edit format in the story edit section of Clip Studio Paint, and I am just selecting my dialogue for that page, and I'm just copying and pasting it right on there. And as you can see, it pasted in a horizontal format, and the way that I fix that, I do it in stairs. I like to stair my dialogue so it's not so top heavy. But after I stair the dialogue sounds weird. After I cut the dialogue into like, you see what I'm talking about. After I cut it like that, I then will end up going to apply layer settings or apply text settings. It's on the thing there, and I click to apply that, and it changes it to the horizontal setting that I already have clicked in the text box. I'm not very good at explaining this, so you'll see. I'll run through it throughout the whole entire video, just adding it. Oh, also what I like that I can drag it down to another page like I just did without having to go into each individual page and then like move the dialogue down there, because I usually just try to do 2 panels per file, usually 1 or 2 panels per file with the file size that I use. Some people, they do the long format to where they do all 20 or all 30 panels. I usually try to keep it between 20 panels, and I usually just do 1 or 2 per file size. And the reason why, I guess it's more so a personal preference, because I like how it flows better that way. But either way, I digress. I also, on my website, I do talk about some free programs and some recommended programs that I think beginner artists who are trying to get into webtoons or webcomic creation might be interested in looking at. So if you want to, again, stop by my website, I have a blog post about that there as well. So if you don't have money for Clip Studio Paint, you can use, what is it called? Well, of course, Wacom Paint. Also, Kirita. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to spell it. I'm sorry. But there's a lot of different free apps and software that you can use that I highly recommend you check out, because you don't need to have your wallet stop you from creating comics. Oh boy. Okay, anyways, so the next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about would be I do want to talk about, so I've been struggling with something, and I'm always struggling with something. If I'm honest, I'm always struggling. But one of the things I'm struggling with is like, it's hard being like a webtoon artist. Being an artist in general, it's hard. So it's just, it can be time consuming, and for me, I have a family of 5, so a lot of time and energy goes into creating into creating a family. Well, yeah, I guess technically into taking care of that family and my responsibilities as well. So it's hard to find like that perfect balance between working on my comic while also, taking care of my family. And the issue that I'm having right now is not issue right now, but the little voice in your head that's like, you should be working on this longer. You're only doing 25 minutes a day, or you're only doing 4 hours a day, or you're only doing 1 hour a week. Because it's like that. Sometimes it's just 1 hour a week, or sometimes it's like 1 hour a month. Either way, I get that imposter syndrome that it's like, you're not doing enough. You shouldn't be saying that you're a comic artist because you're not doing enough. And that's just like the voice that's going on in my head. And then, which thus ends up triggering like my procrastination, because I realize that my artist block or my artist block is usually tied into the negative thoughts and guilt that I have towards myself. So it's just, and it just eats away, man. Like, does anybody else deal with that, to where they feel like they're not, giving as much time as they should because, I'm comparing myself to other people and how they're talking about, I put 60 hours in my comic this week, and it's like, dude, how? I know how, but it's just like, they're just so hardworking. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. It's hard. Oh my God. Like, I struggle just doing 2 hours. Like, after 2 hours, my brain is like, oh, I'm fried. We gotta stop. After 1 hour, it's like, oh, nope. But either way, are you guys also dealing with the hardships of being an artist and beating yourself down because you're comparing your workflow to other people's workflow, which thus leads you to just not even working on the comic because it's like, I can only give like 10 minutes. And it's like, that 10 minutes ain't gonna be enough, so what's the point of being trying? Like, is that just me? Or are y'all struggling with that too? Because, let me know in the comment section below that I'm not alone. But anyways, I life comes with struggles. And I love drawing. I love making comics. So one of the things that I'm implementing and I want to keep working on is just to allow myself to go at my own pace, allow myself to prioritize my happiness. There's a reason why I don't feel like sitting at my desk for 4 hours and drawing. There's a reason why, there's a reason why I don't feel happy right now sitting and drawing for 8 hours. And I should allow myself to listen to myself and to go where myself is telling me that I would rather do, if that makes sense. Like, if I would rather sit, if I'm not feeling that happiness working on my comic, but I will much rather be feeling, but I feel that happiness, sorry guys, when I'm drinking tea. Oh, alarm is going off. Then what I should do is probably go drink the tea. I talked about this before in another video about how resentment, did I talk about this before in another video? If not, let me just mention it now. I did talk about it in a blog post on my website. But how I had like resentment built up towards my art because I didn't allow myself to take breaks. I didn't prioritize my happiness. I prioritized sticking to an unmaintainable work schedule. And here I am 7 months later, still fighting with this. So I need to remind myself to prioritize your happiness. It's okay if you're not feeling like drawing right now. It's okay if you don't want to put in 2 hours of work right now. It's okay. Because even though I have that fear of if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the results. And it's like, well, it's still considered work even if it's 10 minutes. You know, I tell myself it's still considered, you're still putting in work even if it's 25 minutes. That's 25 minutes of work. Thus, you're going to make progress. Thus, you're going to see results. It's the consistency for me that I want to have. I want to add into I want it to be like a consistent routine that's sustainable. And I know for myself that consistency will help me to reach where I'm going. And I'm going to keep trying it out. So what I'm doing now, I'm doing the 25-minute timer to where I work for 25 minutes and then I take a 10-minute, 15-minute break. Let's be honest, I'm on TikTok a lot. And for y'all that are on TikTok, you already know. Like, so my 10-minute break might end up turning into an hour break, but it's fine. I'm going to be kind to myself and make the amendments and adjustments to at least get my work done. So either way, I need to make sure I'm practical. Ooh, what was that? I need to make sure I'm practical as well. So just I can do this. I can stop beating myself up. I can overcome this imposter syndrome. But anyways, that's just what I wanted to talk about. Some of the difficulties of being a Webtoon artist, and then what I plan on doing to just get through that, not overcome it. Because I'm not sure how long it'll take to overcome. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. But this is just a positive thing that I want to do to try to just fight against it. So let me know if you guys kind of struggle with this, or, I mean, if what I said earlier about if you guys had any questions on Webtoon formatting or whatnot that you think I could possibly help you with, let me know in the comment section below. Besides that, I do want to remind you guys that you can read my Webtoon on my website, Catch Me, Fight Me, Love. That's not my website. My Webtoon is Catch Me, Fight Me, Love Me. And it is, if you like fake marriage trope with like sprinkles of pettiness and a bit of chaotic energy, you might like this Webtoon. It has like a great Azumanga Daioh feel. Like, I love that wholesomeness, you know. But you can read the Webtoon there at s-morishitastudio.com. Also on my Patreon. You can follow it for free, and you can read the Webtoon, or if you wanted to support as a $1 Patreon to get the next chapter earlier, an episode ahead is what I'm trying to say. You can also do that as well on Patreon. I am also on Webtoons and Tapastic. I'm also on there as well. My updates are usually monthly. Sometimes if I have enough of a buffer build, or if it's just a special occasion, I might update a little bit sooner. But right now we're just trying to stick to a maintainable, consistent, maintainable schedule. Oh Lord, I need to take a nap. But either way, I do hope you guys have a great day. I hope what I said was helpful, and that's it. You guys have a good day. I'll talk to you guys again on, let me see, today is Tuesday, so Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys again on Wednesday. And don't forget to prioritize your happiness. And let me know if you're drawing any comics, because, you know, I want more people to draw comics so we can all suffer together. Oh, sorry, that was loud. Okay, bye guys.